We are back again with another episode. Another episode. That's my high pitched voice. Another episode of Ask Baris. What's going on, guys? Back here again with another video. This is another episode of Ask Baris, okay? And today's episode 8. Today's episode is going to be about... what does that say? Life on easy mode. I know you can't see because my ink is green and it's too light. Life on easy mode, okay? Before we even start getting into that, for those who don't know, I'm a big Audible fan. And if you don't know what Audible is, it's an app that allows you to listen to books instead of reading them. For those of you who can't read, for those of you who don't want to read, for those of you who just don't like to read, you can find your favorite books on Audible and you can listen to someone read the book. So it's like you're listening to music, like you're listening to a video, you are listening to a book being read, okay? Now, there's just one book that caught my attention, okay? And it's called The 4 Agreements. I have it listed right here. The 4 Agreements, and it's by Don Miguel Ruiz. And now, this 4 Agreements, if you want to live life on easy mode, reading this book, it's a kind of a short book, couple hours long, and it gets straight to the point, okay? It breaks down everything you know about yourself, everything you believe about yourself, everything you believe about the general world and society and how we were raised in it. It breaks down all of that and it helps you see the things that you don't normally see. You know what I'm saying? Like certain behavioral patterns that we've adopted as we grew up in life, plus the ones that were given to us, were taught to us by our parents, our guardians, or whatever, okay? Now, this book, The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, it has 4 agreements, right? It has 4 things that it talks about, right? And if you follow these 4 things, they will help you live life on easy mode, okay? Now, the 4 things, the 4 agreements, the 4 rules, they're very simple. I'm going to tell you straight up, they're very simple, but they are very hard. And they're only hard because a lot of us are so used to living our lives a certain way that when you apply these simple rules, even though they're simple, they make a very big dramatic change to your life, okay? It's a lifestyle change and it requires a lot of other things in your life to change. So it's simple, but it's hard, okay? But at the end of the day, it's not impossible, and I'm gonna show you exactly how and why you should do it, okay? So you wanna start living your life on easy mode? The first agreement, the first rule, the first thing you should start doing is be impeccable with your word. Speak with integrity. Say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use it in the direction of truth and love. Okay, look, and we've all heard this saying before. If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. Okay, and for a lot of us, that's going to be hard because certain people, certain situations are going to happen, and it's going to make us mad, it's going to make us angry, it's going to make us overwhelmed or whatever, and we're going to want to express our emotions, right? And for a lot of us, the positive emotions, when we express those, there's nothing wrong. That helps everybody. But when you start to express your negative emotions, that's where the trick is, okay? And if you want to continue living life on easy mode, you need to mean what you say and make sure the things that you do say are the truth and they come from a place of love. Do not speak against yourself. When you talk, make sure it's positive for yourself or others. Because a lot of us, we don't understand the power of words, the power of your tongue, okay? Manifestation, what you speak, okay? It's very powerful. So make sure that when you speak, it's coming from a place of truth and love. That way you can reap the benefits of truth and love, all right? Which is positivity, which is happiness, which is joy, which is everlasting for everyone involved, okay? All right, next step. Don't take anything personally, okay? Nothing others do is because of you, all right? It's not. What they say and do is a reflection of their own dream. It's a reflection of their own selves, okay? Don't take anything personally. When someone's angry with you, when someone yells at you, when someone does something bad to you, it's not because of you. They don't have to act that way. You know what I'm saying? They only act in that way because to them, that's what they feel is right. To them, they're in defense mode, okay? And maybe they're scared of what's going on. Maybe they're afraid of what's going on. Maybe they're hurt by what's going on, okay? So they might act out in a way that doesn't benefit them or you. They might act out in a way that causes pain or harm to you. Okay? And if you take that personally, you're going to have negative feelings about them. You're going to have negative feelings about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to start to believe them. And really, when people do things or say things that you know is not true and it offends you, don't take anything personally. It doesn't matter if it's something being said to you. It doesn't matter if it's something being done to you. Don't take it personally, okay? It's not you. It's them. All right? And next step, don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and express what you really want. Communicate as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. All right, you want to live life on easy mode, right? Don't make assumptions about anything and everything. If there's something you don't know, speak up. And I say this a lot, right? I have a lot of videos about speaking up, right? Speak up. If there's something you want to know, if there's something you need to know, speak up about it. Ask an exact question so you can get an exact answer. A lot of us, we go through life stressing and worried about this and worried about that because we're doing a lot of assuming. We're assuming that this person is doing this because of this. We're assuming that these things are happening because of this. And the fourth step to living life on easy mode. Always do your best. Your best changes from moment to moment. An example of that is your best is different when you're healthy compared to when you're sick, right? Always do your best. Do your best under any circumstance to avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret, okay? You want to live life on easy mode. You want to have no regrets. You want to have like no drama in your life. You want to have no self-abuse. You don't want to have these negative and toxic traits and things that you do to yourself, right? I'm assuming you don't. In order to live in life on easy mode, you don't. All right, you shouldn't have any of those things. Okay, just always do your best. It doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter if you put in 1% or 100%. Anything is better than nothing, okay? Obviously, doing 100% is going to be the best choice. But you may not always be in a position to give 100%. Like I just said, you might be sick one day, okay? But give whatever you can give for that day, in that moment. Do your best, and you will never regret anything. Let's say you do give 2%. But if 2% was all you had that day, the next day you won't regret it. Yeah, you might not get to where you want to get to. You might not accomplish what you want to accomplish in that moment, but you will never have regret because you always look back and you be like, damn, yeah, that sucked, but you know what? I gave it everything I got. I gave it everything I had. You know what I'm saying? Now, compared to if you didn't do anything, if you had 10% in you, but you chose to just not give that at all or give less than that, then you will have regret. How? Because the next day you'll be like, damn, I should have done more. I knew I could have done more. If only I would have done more, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have, all that type of stuff. No shoulda, woulda, coulda. We want to avoid all of that, okay? So always do your best. That way you won't ever regret it. That's how you live life on easy mode, okay? Let's recap real quick. How to live life on easy mode, okay? Be impeccable with your word. Speak with integrity. Say only what you mean. Avoid using the words to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use it in the direction of truth and love, okay? If you say you're going to do something, do it. And I'm talking about for others, and I'm also talking about for yourself, all right? Try your best to not lie to yourself. Try your best to keep your word. Try your best to not say negative things. If you're going to speak, come from a place of truth and love, okay? There's always healing when you speak from truth and love. There's always killing when you speak from lies and hate. All right? Don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. What they say and do is a reflection of their own dream, okay? It's a reflection of themselves. All right? Don't take anything personally. Just, like I say, just dodge the BS, all right? And you will live life on easy mode. Don't make any assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and express what you really want. Communicate as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. A lot of you are stressing and going through negative moments in your life because you're not really speaking up about the things you need to speak up about, okay? Stop sugarcoating, stop beating around the bush. Speak exactly what you want. That way you can finally get exactly what you want, okay? Always do your best. Your best changes from moment to moment. An example is your best is different when you're healthy compared to when you're sick, right? But if you're always doing your best, no matter what the circumstance, you will always avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret, okay? Like I've said before, if you can't give 100%, give 90. You can't give 90, give 50. You can't give 50, give 10. Anything is better than nothing when you're trying to succeed because it all adds up. And if you always do your best, no matter what's going on, you'll never have any regret because you always know and you'll be like, well, at least I did my best. You know what I'm saying? Can anybody else say that? So that's how you live life on easy mode. And this was brought to you by a book called The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And I highly suggest you guys to read a bunch of his other books. I'll put the link in the description down below for the Audible link to that book. But yeah, guys, like I said, the rules are simple, but it's hard, okay? Especially if you haven't been living your life anywhere compared to that, like you've been living a life completely different. It's gonna be hard, but hard doesn't mean impossible, okay? I've done a lot of things that are hard, but I've done it. It's still possible. Just do it. You know what's harder than doing what's right? You know what's harder than doing what you want to do? You know what's harder than doing what you know you need to do? Doing things that you don't want to do. What's harder than working at a job you love? Working at a job you hate? What's harder than living a life that you want? Living a life that you hate, right? So if you want to live life on easy mode, do what you know needs to be done. All right? Yes, it's going to be hard. Yes, it's going to take time. Yes, it's going to be a bunch of other stuff that you probably don't want to do, never thought you would do, never expected in a million years that you would have to do. But that's still better than what you're doing now. What you're doing now doesn't satisfy you. What you're doing now doesn't bring you joy, right? What you're doing now is bothering you, creating problems, it's stressing you out, right? So do something different. You keep doing the same thing, you're going to keep getting the same thing. Do something different. All right, start with these 4 agreements. Just try. A lot of you are going to immediately deny it. But like I always say, try before you deny. Okay, it might not work. But what if it does work? You're over here thinking about all the negative excuses. Oh, what if it doesn't work out like it should? What if I don't end up committing? What if I can't keep up? What if... Okay, you're saying all the negative what ifs. You're right. What if those things do happen? That's great. But also, what if they don't? What if the most positive thing in life happens? What if you actually end up achieving your life goals? Oh, what if that? You see what I'm saying? So, stop being pessimistic. Start being optimistic. Start with these 4 agreements and start to live your life on easy mode. If I did it, you can do it, okay? You just got to want to do it. All right? But as always, guys, positive thoughts at all times. Stop playing yourself. Keep God first, your heart in the right place. You will always win, okay? Yes, you can. You got this, baby. Let's go. We all living life on easy mode from here on out.